guys, my name is Becca. Welcome back to my channel, and today I am here with my April wrap-up. Yeah, you heard me, I said April. I just haven't really been in the mood to film. Depression and anxiety have just been a thing. My mental health has just been flaring, and recently I've been feeling a lot better. Like this past month I've been feeling really good, but I have had no mood to film. And the only time I did have a mood to film, I filmed one video and that was it. You saw it was probably I think that was my unboxing that I did for the Nameless Hangover recovery kit box. It was a Throne of Glass box I got from Fake Rate, and I was so happy for that one. So excited. That's the only time I was in the mood to film. So I've been putting out these videos for some time. So yeah, today's pretty much my filming day, and I'm going to try and get 4 videos done today. Wish me luck, because this could take forever, especially since I have 2 wrap-ups, but I might only have the energy to do 1 and maybe 2 other videos, so my May wrap-up will be put off, because yeah, we're literally a couple of days away from June. And I'm filming this today, and I don't even think this is going to go up today. I think this is going to go up Tuesday. It's Friday, May 29th. I think I'm going to put my TBR up today. Maybe. Yeah. Just things going on in my brain. So yeah, I have my April wrap-up to talk about. I read 18 books and I DNF 3. So that's 21 books to talk about. But we're going to try and go over this really quick because yeah, I don't remember a lot of what I felt for some of them. I put them all here, thankfully. Yeah, I don't remember much. So, and also there was the Owls Magical Readathon that happened in April. So I have to talk about what I read for those, or for the prompts that I had. I completed everything, thankfully. But yeah, we're going to talk about that at the end of this video. So, we have a lot to talk about. Let's just get into it. Like I said, I read 18 books, not including the 3 DNFs. With that was 6,474 pages. Not bad. And I had 2 2-stars, 1 3-star, 10 4-stars, and 5 5-stars. And that totals up to be an average of 4 stars for the month. Not bad. That's a pretty good average rating. So, and I didn't include DNFs because I'm not going to. For the sourcing, apparently I just didn't give a damn when I was writing the sourcing. Because I mean, I put 1 e-arc, 5 Kindle books, 4 library books, and 8 owned books, but I also put a question mark over there because I was like, I don't know for sure if I have them all. I just didn't care. I know I liked a lot of these books. I loved a few of them. I disliked quite a bit. We're just gonna get into it. So we're gonna start with the DNFs because I just want to get those out of the way. I've tried filming this a little bit before I got interrupted, so here we go again. First off, the last DNF I had of the month, so you wouldn't have even seen that I DNF'd this, was Damsel by Alana K. Arnold. This is about to do with a princess, a dragon, and a prince, and I think the prince saves the princess from the dragon, but there's a twist. I don't really know. I got 20 pages in and DNF'd it. The writing was just not for me at all. I don't even remember what it was about the writing. I just remembered that I tried reading it and I was like, I can't do it. I'm bored. I don't know what's going on, and I don't really care. I feel bad. The other one, this one pissed me off because I've never DNF'd one of their books, and I've read a lot of their books, and that's Christina Lauren's The Honey Don't List. I've read every other book that they've had. Okay, no, that's not true. I haven't read The House. Their YA stuff I don't really count, but their adult stuff I've read every single thing. Except for this. I DNF'd it within like 40 pages. This has elements of cheating, and I don't really... I try... not to read books that have to do with cheating because it makes me uncomfortable and it makes me upset, and I don't really like those books. There are some that I continue to read for one reason or another, and there's actually going to be a book on here that has to do with cheating in a way. We'll talk about that when we get to it. But yeah, I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. I didn't care about the relationships or anything. I just couldn't do it. The last one, which comes as no shock, because this also has things to do with cheating, but it's an e-arc, and that is Take a Look at Me Now by Kendra Smith. This one literally has, that scared me. Our main character is in a loveless marriage, and she sees a guy she used to go to high school with. They used to date. There's also some stuff there. I'm trying to remember because this is like one of the first books I read in the month. And they don't necessarily cheat by the 50% mark, because that's where I DNF'd. I think I DNF'd at 55%. But they were so close. It's a lot of emotional cheating, but and also like you're so close to cheating, but you haven't cheated yet, but you're definitely thinking about it and you don't really care. And I'm just like, I don't care if you're in a loveless marriage. Get out of it. So, yeah. That's just my prerogative. Okay. So for the 2 stars. Oh, crap. They're both on my iPad. I don't know why I put this away. Okay. Let's see. First one. My least favorite book of the month. Also had to do with cheating. That's The Arrangement by, who are you? Robin Harding. This one I read for the, Booktuber's Favorite Books of 2019. This one was, Katie Wismer's, favorite. She, her channel is Kate's Book Date. And I really love her channel. I love her, I love her videos so much. And she read this book and she really enjoyed it. And I was like, let's give it a shot. And then I found out that it has a little bit to do with cheating. Okay, I say a little, it's pretty much to do with cheating, but so. This is about our main character becomes a sugar baby, and she meets her sugar daddy, and he's married, but he doesn't tell her he's married. He makes it seem as if he's divorced, like he tells them that he's divorced so he can cheat. It also becomes like this whole thriller thing, because she gets really invested in their relationship, and it's this whole thing. The reason I kept reading was because in the very beginning we follow our main character in the future, and she's on trial for murder. It doesn't say if she actually murdered them. It doesn't say who she supposedly murdered. And now I'm like, I'm intrigued. And that's why I kept reading even when I found out that the guy is actually married. And yeah. So it's this whole thing where she gets invested and she wants more and she wants him. And she finds out that he's married and it goes nuts. Like, she is insane. She's a college student and she becomes a sugar baby to get money. Yeah. I remember that now. So yeah, that was 2 stars. I couldn't. The only reason I didn't DNF is because I really want to know what happened. And then I find out and I'm like, yeah, I kind of knew that from the beginning. But okay. I'm not even gonna. It really wasn't that big of a twist. But okay. The other 2-star book was called One True Mate. I read this on my Kindle. It's by Julie Treadle. I've had this book on there for quite some time. And this is going to be one of the prompts for the Alice Magical Readathon, I think. I think it was one of them because I remember I needed to read... Yeah, I think this is for Transfiguration because I needed to read Shifter Romance or something like that. Or something to do with shifting. So, this is about werewolves. Wolf shifters. Oh my god. It's about her, our main character. Don't remember names. She she's been on her own. She's been a lone wolf for a really long time. She doesn't believe there are others like her, a werewolf, and then she moves into this town. She becomes like a secretary to the love interest. He is technically the alpha to be of their whole wolf pack, because that whole town is like a pack, and she's technically shouldn't be there. And if she is living in this town, she needs to go to the alpha and tell him why she's there, but she doesn't believe that there are others like her. And so she doesn't know what she's doing because she's been on her own for, forever. Her parents were murdered at a very young age, when she was really young. And so she doesn't know what she's doing. And so she becomes his secretary, and right away he knows that she is his one true mate. And, he has to tell his father. So there are people that know. I guess this is a secret to a lot of people, but I guess him and his father know. But they all know she's a wolf. They all know. She doesn't know that everybody else is a wolf at all. And then it takes like 2 years before they confront her about it. But technically she shouldn't be in their town if she's not going to tell them that she's not going to go to the alpha. It's really insane. It takes 2 years for this guy to even go up to her. And I'm just like, and she works for him. They're friends. She's friends with the family, but it takes 2 years while she's living in this town for them to even come to her and tell her that, they know. They're like her. It's just insane to me. So yeah, that got 2 stars. The 3-star book was the other booktuber's favorite book of 2019, and that is Dark Matter. I don't even remember who had this one. I don't remember. I have it all written down who recommended what though, so I mean I could just look it up, I guess. Amber from Books of Amber recommended this one. This was on her list. This is a sci-fi thriller. I'm not really going to go through it because I don't really remember too much. I didn't really care for it. I just was the whole thriller aspect, the whole sci-fi thing goes over my head anyway. So the whole thriller aspect, I was just not giving a damn at all. And that's why I got 3 stars. Just thought it was meh. The writing was okay, but the rest of it, I was just I don't care. So yeah, there's that. Okay, now we have to go through all the 4-star books. And like I said, there's 10. First up, my least favorite 4-star book was Starsight by Brandon Sanderson. I loved Skyward. This is a sequel, but this does it where the setting and all the characters end up changing. So our main character, Spensa, ends up going to another planet. So she meets a whole bunch of new characters. We have a new cast. We have a whole new setting. And I don't really like it when books do that. I'm already invested in these characters in this setting, and now I have to try and care for other people and for another place, and I'm just I don't care. And Spensa was kind of pissing me off, but I really loved her in the first book. I didn't necessarily love her in this book. So I gave it 4 stars because it was good. The first half was just not the greatest. The last half though I did really enjoy. It did get really good. I will say though, the very beginning was good. The very beginning. And the very end was good. The middle was and then towards the end was really good. So that's why I got 4 stars. I am really excited to read the 3rd book. I really want to know what's going to go on because I think we'll stay in our frickin' place. But I didn't like the setting of this book, and I didn't care for a lot of the characters that we got in there. There were some that I really liked, but yeah, so this one got 4 stars. Next up, we have 2 graphic novels. I'm just gonna put it here. I'm just gonna say Fence Volume 1 and Volume 2 I read. These are by C.S. Picot, Joanna the Mad, and Joanna Lafuente. I like them. They both got 4 stars. This is just about, it's a fencing, graphic novel. It's literally about our main character's fencing. We follow Nicholas, who is the son of like this fantastic fencer. He's like the greatest fencer or something like that. And he's the bastard son though, so yeah. What's it called? He's trying to like become like his father, I guess. That's not really clear, just gonna say. And there's supposed to be sort of like a male-male romance, but it's very slow burn because it doesn't even like really show up at all. Like they don't even look at each other with attraction yet. So I'm like, it's good, like the fencing and everything is good, but the whole romance aspect I'm really waiting for. I know the 3rd volume is out. I'm pretty sure it's out. And the 4th volume I think is coming out soon this year, maybe. But yeah, so still gotta read that one. Next up is DarkBytes by Sherilyn Kenyon. This is a collection of short stories in the Dark Hunter world. There's also a couple in here that have nothing to do with that, so that really got me, but it's a short story collection. I really enjoyed a lot of these stories. There were some though that I didn't really care about, but there are some in here that were just really good and I really liked them, so that's why this one got 4 stars. But yeah, we got to see some of my favorite characters again, like Acheron, Styx, Simi, you know. We got to learn about some new characters, or we got stories of characters that we don't really get anything of in the original series. So this was just really good. I was really excited for this, and I was really happy with this. There was one I think I was really disappointed by, and I think that was Fury's. Yeah, I think it's Fury's book. I wanted more from his, and it just really sucked because I really wanted more from his, especially since both of his brothers, Vane and Fang, get full-length novels and he gets this short story. So I felt really sad for that one, but it was really, overall, I liked it. And then we have, where are you? Dragonbane? That's the next one? Yeah. So Dragonbane, this one follows Max, right? Yeah. This one follows Max. So technically, this one is next in the series, Son of No One, but this one I liked least to this one. This one I liked more to this. So that's why this is next up in that list. Even though this is not the next book in the series, technically this one was. But yeah, this one follows Max and his mate comes back. Like they've been separated for centuries, millennia probably. And she comes back, she tells him that they actually have kids and their kids are in danger and she needs his help to get them back. This was good. I really liked it. It's got dragons in it. Love that. Dragon shifting, please. But this one was just like, this one got 4 stars like a lot of them do, but overall this one wasn't my favorite. Like, I don't really love Max, and I just think that's crazy because I love some of the other characters, and I like Max, but I don't love him, and his romance was just okay. But that's probably because they were like separated for so long. But yeah, this was good though. I mean, it was good. Got 4 stars. So then we have Son of No One, which is next. This one follows Katagun, who is what is he? Like, he's an immortal, and he's related to Thorn. So you get to see a lot of you get to know a lot about Thorn in this book, which was good because I really want to know more about Thorn. And if you've been following me, I talk about all these characters a lot. But I don't really know a lot about Thorn. This one really has to do with, like, I think it's the Hell Chasers, or I think it's Hell Chasers. Could be wrong, but I think so. But yeah, Katagun has been trapped in this hell dimension for a while. And then Jo, who is our main character, Josette, she ends up transporting there through a mirror because of him. And he does everything in his power to get her back to her world, and they fall in love. So it's really cute. I really like this one a lot. That's why this, I mean, they both got 4 stars, but this one I liked more than this. So, and DarkBytes. Okay, next up we have Archangel Shadows by Nalini Singh. This one follows Elena and Raphael, but also, I think, yeah, Janvier and Ash. I loved Janvier and Ash's story. There's actually, I guess, a short story that you get to know more about them, and I'm excited for that. Like, you get to see them meet, and I just got it, so you'll see that in a book haul. But, yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. So they were cute. I really like Janvier and Ash. I think Janvier is just so funny sometimes, and he's just so sexy, and I really liked it. And of course, Elena and Raphael they're amazing. I love them. This was really good. In terms of the series overall, this is not my favorite. I think in May you'll see I actually have a new favorite romance too, and it's not Elena and Raphael, and I'm freaking out. But yeah, this one was really good. I can't really talk more about this because it follows in this, it's like the 6th or 7th of the series, something like that. So it's really hard to talk about it. 2, 4, 6. Yeah, this is 7. So it's really hard to talk about these when they're part of a series. But yeah, really like the romance in that. Next up we have Moment of Truth by Casey West. I was shocked. I haven't really loved a Casey West book in a while. I think normally I've been giving hers like 3 stars now, but this one really got me. This one has to do with swimming, right? Yeah. So we follow Hadley. Yeah. Hadley, who's a swimmer. She ends up, she has a swim meet that, she's been, anxiously awaiting, and she's trying to be like the best swimmer. She's trying to get a scholarship for swimming. And then some guy comes and like jumps in her pool and like screws up her whole mood, like her focus. And she's pissed. And so now this guy has a mask on, and it's like this running joke at her school. So she will do everything she can to find out the guy behind the mask and like who really ruined it. And there's a romance in here. It's actually really cute. And I really liked it. I really liked it. But it didn't just have to do with swimming or Hadley and her anxiety and stuff like that. It also has to do with her feeling like she's a replacement to her dead brother. She never got to meet her brother. He died before she was born. And she just feels like his replacement. And it has to do a lot with that. And I really liked the message. Or just like the topic, and I really liked going through that with Hadley, and it was really good, and that's why I got 4 stars. Okay, so next up we have, God, I read so many books. Where are you? Okay, so I read book number 50 in the In Death series. We have Golden in Death by J.D. Robb. This one also got 4 stars. It follows Eve and Rorik and the gang, and there's another, and I can't even remember what the case was. I can't remember what the case was at all. Does this have to do with that? Like, yeah, there's a highly toxic airborne virus or fumes, or yeah, people are getting packages, and there's a toxic fumes in there that just go airborne, and they kill whoever opens the package. But then it like dissipates like within like minutes or something like that, so it won't affect anybody else that like comes into the room or something like that. It'll only affect the person who opens it. And this was a good case. I really liked reading about this. I don't know what to say. I love Eve and Rorik and Peabody and Feeney and like everybody. I love this series. I love, even though there's new cases, it's the same team and it's the same cast of characters, and that's what really makes these books for me. So there's that. Last on the 4 stars, I think this is my highest rated 4-star, the one I like the most, and that's Undercover Bromance by Alyssa K. Adams. Yeah, 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, this is 10. Yeah, I really liked it. I will say the beginning kind of took some time. This one follows Braden Mack, who actually created the Bromance book club. It's just a book club where guys will read romance novels to try to understand their women and try and, like, if they're having relationship issues, they will try and get back into that relationship. But we follow Braden, who created this book club, and it's him and Liz's story. Liz is the sister-in-law of our main character from the last book. And, did I say Liz or Liv? It's Liv. Yeah, it's Liv. I think I'm saying Liz. Braden, she works in a restaurant, and he ends up going to that restaurant with, a date, and he screws up screws everything up for Liv. Liv is about to get fired, and she ends up seeing her boss sexually assault a coworker, and so she quits and will do everything in her power now to try and take this guy down, because he's a celebrity chef and nobody will pretty much believe her. So now she has to really get him in the act. She has to really find proof to bring him down, and Braden or Mac will help her. It was really good. I really liked it. Like I said, the beginning was but the rest of it was really good, and I really enjoyed it. And I'm really loving the series, so I'm really happy about that. Okay, now we have our 5-star books. This is where it gets really good. Okay, but I'm also not going to be talking a lot about these, so, because I could literally just gush and gush and gush. So first off, we have Love Song. Okay, so Love Song is by TJ Klune. It's book 2.5, and this one's literally like, I want to say it's like 30 pages. It's 15 pages, and this one follows the mom of the pack. Why can't I think of her name? I want to say it's Elizabeth. Is it? I want to say it's Elizabeth. Of course. Of course I can't find the name, but it's fine. But yeah, we follow Elizabeth. It's only 15 pages, and it's just about her grief over losing her husband, her alpha and her husband, and raising her kids and everything like that. It was really cute. I cried. I gave it 5 stars. It was just beautiful, and I loved it. Coming in at like number 4 is actually Raven Song, which is book 2 in the Wolf Song series by TJ Klune. So technically Love Song came after Raven Song, but I liked Raven Song more than Love Song. So this is why this is coming in at number 4. I love this book. This one has to do with Gordo and Mark, and I loved it. I love Wolf Song. I love this series. TJ Klune is just so good at writing. I love the male-male romances that happen in this. I love all the romances that happen. Like, they're just so good, and they're so perfect. It's just so good. So good. There's a lot of drama, a lot of, werewolf pack stuff, and I've been really enjoying this ride. And I have Heart Song, I think is the next one still to read. And then Brother Song comes out this year, I want to say in October. So I'm really loving this series. And this is just great. This is great. I have such a fun time. Alright, the last 3 I have in physical form, thankfully. So, coming at number 3 is Lover Reborn by J.R. Ward. This one follows Tor. Yeah, this is Torment's book. Him and Autumn. So Torment lost his Shellin, his wife, his mate, and like towards the beginning of the series, and he's been missing ever since. He has finally come back, but he's been a shell of himself, and shell of his former self. And so there's this angel Lassiter who is trying to get Torment back to how he used to be, and he's trying to get him and Autumn together. It's just this whole thing, and there are times that Torment pisses me off. It's like the middle of the book, Torment really does something stupid, and I was really pissed. But he makes up for it in the end, and I love his relationship with his like foster son, John Matthew, or his adopted son. It's just so beautiful. I love these books so much. They're all getting 5 stars pretty much, except for Fury's book, because I don't like Fury. Yeah. Torment's book got 5 stars. Next up, we have the Happy Ever After playlist by Abby Jimenez. This was an e-arc that I read, but I now own a physical copy because it came out in April, and I fucking loved it. It was amazing. The Friend Zone, it was the first book to this. This is a companion to it. And this one follows Sloane. Yeah. This one follows Sloane, and she is grieving for her boyfriend that passed. And there's this dog that ends up jumping into her car during traffic. She almost runs over this dog and then jumps into her car. And she can't find the owner, and she ends up contacting the owner, and they end up talking to each other over like phone calls and texts, because he technically had someone watching the dog, and that someone did do a really good job, didn't really care, and they just bond over the dog, and it's so cute. It's so cute. I love it. I love it. But yeah, I really love this. I love this book. This romance was so cute. I can't remember his name. Tucker. No, Tucker's the dog. Jason. I just swoon over Jason, okay? And the whole thing with the dog, like, I love dogs. And any book that has to do with dogs, I'm going to fall in love with. And so, yeah, of course, this one got 5 stars. Alright, coming in at number 1, my favorite book of April was Beach Read by Emily Henry. I got this one book of the month, and I freaking loved it. I've never read an Emily Henry book before. This was my first, and it was fantastic. And now I'm worried about reading her books now, because I probably won't love them as much as I love this book. But it's literally about 2 writers. We follow Augustus and January. Yeah, that's her name. January writes romance, and Augustus writes like literary fiction. And they end up being neighbors in a small town. They have beach houses, and they swap genres. So she ends up writing a literary fiction, and he ends up writing romance. And it's a romance between the two, and it's so cute. I loved everything. The witty banter between the two is just so perfect. I want to reread this book now. I really want to reread this book. But yeah, I just thoroughly love this book. So this one got a full 5 stars. Best book of the month was just fantastic. Okay. Alright. So for my Owls TBR, I'm going for Magizoologist. So first up we had Carol Magical Creatures, which was to read a book with a creature with a beak on the cover. And that was Raven's Song. You saw the bird, so that one worked. Then we had Charms, which was to read a book with a white cover. I used Fence for that, volume 1, the graphic novel. Then we had Herbology, which was to read a book that starts with the letter M. And we had, where'd it go? Moment of Truth for that. Then Potions was to read a book under 150 pages. I used Fence volume 2 for that. Excuse me. And then we had like lectures and training extra things that you could do. So I got Magizoologist. So I got that. But then there was like extra stuff that you could take. So I did Mermaid Linguistics, which was to read the herbology prompt. So I did that, the Moment of Truth. And then I had Animagus Training, which was to read the arithmetic prompt, which was to read something that was not of your favorite genre. And I did that with Starsight, because sci-fi is not my favorite genre at all. Then I had to do Transfiguration, which was to read a book that includes shapeshifting. And I had Dragonbane on here, but I moved it to One True Mate, because you'll see from the next one. Which the next one is Dragon Tamer Training, which is to read an extra book that just has dragons in it. And I had Damsel for that, but I took that off, so I put Dragonbane in its place. So yeah, I did it. I got all of it. I read a lot. I read a lot of the books I wanted to read, and that's just, I'm happy. I'm really happy about that. So yeah, that's my April wrap up. I'm tired. That took a lot of energy. I hope all of this made sense. I know I didn't really go into a lot, but again, it's been over a month since I've read a lot of these. Almost 2 months since I've read a lot of these, so that's why I told you as much as I could. I tried to review as best as I could. I'm not good with reviews, but it's all good. I did everything I wanted to do in April, and I'm happy. I read a lot, and I'm happy. So thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you again with another video. Bye. Happy reading.